Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, Dallas Cowboys got some good news as head coach Brian Schottenheimer said they currently have no plans to put wide receiver CeeDee Lamb or right guard Tyler Booker on the injured reserve, both of whom are dealing with high ankle sprains. Both are trending in the right direction, and both guys are getting back. As a matter of fact, Booker is no longer wearing his walking boot. In other news, D'Amico Ryan specifically indicated that running back Joe Mixon not ready to return at this time.
If you smoke, take it outside.
This is Extra Innings with Pleasure.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Rock and roll! The Texans win it!
You've been called the Da Vinci of our time. What do you say to that?
Absolutely ridiculous. I don't paint.
That ball is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
What's up, Danger? Can't stop me now.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. Appreciate y'all joining me, however y'all are joining, whether that is on 94.1 on your FM dial, if you happen to be locked in listening at sasportstar.com, via our AA Best Bail Bonds audio player, or if you're watching the show live on our YouTube. That's right, we stream all of our shows live on YouTube. Just go there, search SA Sports Star on YouTube. You could go ahead, like, subscribe. Feel free to comment along with the show. As a matter of fact, Sam saying which Doctor Who outfit is that? You're right. I didn't even think about it, but very Doctor Who-ish of me today. Appreciate all y'all for rolling along. And, of course, you can always call in 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. And we'll hear from Shireen a little bit later in the show. But there was something that was brought up during the Shireen interview that I don't think is getting enough conversation because everybody keeps talking about the tie. And I blame this tie specifically on horrible clock management at the end of the game by the Green Bay Packers, who almost blew that game because of it. There was no urgency. There was no, and part of it may have been you don't want to give Brandon Aubrey a chance to win it because of the short field and the return rules and his ability, but it didn't seem like they were trying to win the game either because you didn't give yourself enough chances at the end zone or picking up first downs there once you got inside 2 minutes. And it felt very lackadaisical. And I was wholly disenfranchised by it. It's a coaching error, it feels, by Matt LaFleur. And it makes me wonder how ready they are for postseason football if things come down to it and how you handle the clock at the end of the game. I'm not sure. Maybe it's something they can clean up by the end of the regular season, but I'm definitely have questions when it comes to the Green Bay Packers and how they handle the clock at end of game, end of half, end of, situational football when it comes to clock management. And it's a very, very big discussion. I've had those questions answered here in the last, 2 weeks by Brian Schottenheimer in the way that they've handled end of game, end of half, 2-minute, 4-minute situations. I think they've done the right things to put themselves in position to win games, attack end of halves, attack end of games, attack overtime situations. They've done all of the things right that they've needed to do right and how they've handled the clock. And I'm thoroughly impressed with what I've seen from a first-time head coach and Brian Schottenheimer in these situations. When it comes to Matt LaFleur, I was wholly disimpressed by what I had saw out of Green Bay in that late game situation, and a chance that I thought holding Dallas to 3 points there had a chance to go and win the football game and blew that opportunity. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star. The big thing that happened, though, within the last 24 hours, it was Monday Night Football, but it wasn't the outcome of any game. It was the big injury that surrounds Tyreek Hill and what that means for the Dolphins and for Tyreek Hill moving forward. The Morning Huddle was talking about it earlier this morning on the Morning Huddle.
Breaking news. When Elvis was bad. What broke? Tyreek Hill. It's announced that obviously the dislocated knee is what we knew.
Right.
Also tore multiple ligaments in his knee, including his ACL, and will have surgery later today.
His foot was facing the wrong direction. I didn't need you to tell me.
What happened to Tyreek Hill is exactly what happened to my knee the first time I tore my knee. And so I dislocated my knee, ACL, MCL, LCL, meniscus, and broke my tibia.
Oh, did you react like he did, laughing? Did you giggle and just high five everybody around? That was the strangest reaction to an injury I have ever seen.
Dude, okay, so this is exactly, I was sitting on, I was in the training room. I was looking down at my knee, or looking down at my leg, and my knee and my toes were touching the ground.
Yeah, it was facing the wrong way.
They were facing the wrong way, and I was like, "Oh my God." And I grabbed it and I twisted it and it popped and everything was back in place. And I went, I think I'm okay.
Did you just get up?
So you're in shock.
My coach was like, "No, you are not okay. Stay down."
Did you high five people?
No, but I stood up and I went, "I'm good." And then I took a step and my knee went that way and my foot went that way. And it was like, oh, yeah.
You're like that dude in an army movie who just took a shot to, you're like, you're going to die, man. I don't know why you're happy.
I was like, oh, I'm okay. Well, I was not okay.
Right then.
And the best part was when I went to the hospital that day, the first person I saw at the ER was like, yeah, it looks like a pretty severe sprain.
Severe.
Well, and I said,
in the purest form, you might be right.
I'm sure a sprain is part of this, but I'm telling you, my leg was turned backwards. This is more than a sprain.
I've never seen anybody like that. Obviously he was in shock.
So
obviously,
yeah, he had to be.
Do you realize what just happened to you, brother?
We will see. We'll see what else comes along with it. The scary thing, at least the scary thing they told me was, nerve damage is the worst thing, and if there's blood flow issues.
Well, that's what happened to Teddy Bridgewater. That's
when it gets really scary.
It damn near lost his leg. Yeah.
So any kind of CLs, ligaments, those are easy fixes now. Broken bones are easy fixes.
We won't see him for a year and a half. That wasn't just a 9-month injury. This was a full 12-month before we even begin to think about it.
You're probably right.
There's no doubt.
But yeah, that's it was pretty gnarly. But if there is no blood flow issues and there is no nerve damage,
in November next year, maybe.
Yeah. And now, will it be with the Dolphins? I don't know.
I think there's very quietly there's some people with Dolphins gear, whether they're players or coaches, kind of celebrating this.
Ain't too upset about this.
I don't think there's a lot of people too upset.
Yeah,
I think McDaniel's probably very quietly. This gives a reason for everybody to just part as friends. You go away hurt, and we'll figure a way to extricate you from here. But those two can't work together anymore. Even though he mattered last night when he was out there, that speed kills, man. The cheetah was back,
and of course he plays his best game.
Mm-hmm.
They win for the first time, so suddenly it's like, wow, this is some things going.
I still blame those stupid uniforms. At some point, when we really look at the injury, it's that stupid black uniform they were wearing.
The guys who have had a similar injury. Do you remember Marcus Lattimore?
Absolutely, I do. He didn't ever come back.
That was it. He was going to be he was going to be like a top 10 pick in the NFL draft.
Yeah, but he did it twice, didn't he? Didn't he blow it twice?
I'm not really sure, but I know he ended up going to the 4th round and he never played a game. No, he never played in an NFL game. Nick Chubb had the same thing in college.
Oh, yeah. He came back and actually, had a good career. But again, Nick Chubb was going to be like. Well, what have we learned even with Dallas? He took a year and a half after the Denver. It's a year and a half. Well, it's a year to get back 2. Well, it was 2 years for him.
Yeah.
It's a year to get back, and then another year to kind of get your feet underneath you.
Yeah.
And I think he's still young. I mean, that 80% of that speed still, top in the NFL. I mean, Cheetah is that fast. But yeah, I think that his best days are going to be behind him.
And say what we want about, with the Dolphins want him around or not. The list of players that have more receiving yards than Tyreek Hill since 2022, Justin Jefferson, end of list. That's that ain't bad. And wow. The players who have gotten a higher percentage of his team's targets, Malik Neighbors for a year, which by the way, also ACL done for the year, AJ Brown, and Devontae Adams. They're the only players that have gotten more targets.
He belongs to that conversation. Absolutely.
So it's
how many of them have allegedly beaten their girlfriend and wife? What list is he on? Is he number one in that list?
There's a long list of those guys. None of the guys I just mentioned. Okay. No. None of the guys I just mentioned. No. The Dolphins have they've got a middle of the, they've got, it looks like the 11th easiest schedule the rest of the way. They're now at a 7% chance to make the playoffs. It's hard to imagine that this really impacts them. The Dolphins could just be like, all right. And they're despite what we saw yesterday, the Dolphins defense is bad. Don't be tricked by playing the Jets into thinking that their defense is good.
I will say that they have fought harder for McDaniel than I thought they were going to fight. I mean, that Buffalo game was valiant.
Yeah,
it was. And yesterday they watched their best player, the best guy they have on their team, go out.
Yeah.
Look, the Dolphins have a long, tough road, and it just got a lot more difficult, especially when you look at their division and the way that New England is starting to come together. Drake May is starting to kind of come into his own, and you've already got Josh Allen there. It looks like their teams going in separate directions within that division, and it may be time to hit the reset button, and there may be no better opportunity, whether Mike McDaniel's around for it or not. God, I hate the fact that he may not be around for it because I like him as a head coach. I like him as a person, but it could be the end of the line for Mike McDaniel, unfortunately, just because they hooked their wagon to Tua Tagovailoa, and that could be the death knell for the head coach, as it is many head coaches when an organization hitches their wagon to a wrong quarterback. But we shall see. As it pertains to the future, well, I always look at the future when it comes to other teams, and the Houston Texans are one of those teams. What is the future for them? Did they get right, or was it just a good team that had a good quarter against a bad team? Well, Indy Kalu joined the Blitz earlier today to talk about the Texans, and did they get right? Do they have a chance to continue getting right with Lamar Jackson potentially out this Sunday? Or are they just kind of not victims, but the benefactors of an easier part of their schedule? We'll discuss when we come back right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down! It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle,
and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
Protect your home and auto by bundling them with Progressive, and you'll have a little less to worry about. But we know you'll find other things to worry about. Like that text you just got from your boss. Hey, call me when you get a sec. Hey, call me when you get a sec. Hey, call me when you get a sec. Oh, hey, call me when you get a sec. Yeah, this is bad. Oh, well, at least you protected your home and auto with Progressive, so you don't have to worry about that. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
The 24-month bill credits on Experience Beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel finance agreement. iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99, and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1/2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
We love high school football and a team you can always count on. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quartermoon is here to tackle the toughest challenges, from plumbing mishaps to AC troubles, with the same dedication and passion that drives a winning touchdown. Our playbook is simple: fair prices, expert service, and a commitment to local families. Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, your winning solution for a comfortable home. Proudly serving our community with local hospitality. From the penthouse to the outhouse to the schoolhouse, call Quartermoon Plumbing, Heat, and AC.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this football season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. When you're a Dallas Cowboy fan, you might not get a lot of wins, but the players, they're still playing. Which ones are overhyped, which ones aren't, you know that. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash. It is so good to be right. You know, last week following the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, the season isn't great, but Dak's throwing for numbers. I keep following. I love what's going on with Dak, and I would keep following the more than as we keep going through the season. PrizePicks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. You love CD Lamb, you love Saquon Barkley, you can play him 3 different ways. And whether it's a friend or a celebrity partner or just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create. It's a new feed there on PrizePicks. Listen, it feels great to be right, and being right on PrizePicks means money. Download the PrizePicks app today and use the code Alamo to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. This is code Alamo to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right.
Imagine owning coastal land with ocean views and world-class fishing just off Matagorda Bay. Well, dream no more. Saturday, October 11th, mark your calendars for our fall one-day coastal land sale at Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point. We're unveiling incredible coastal properties. We're talking 1+ acre with ocean access just $49.9 and waterfront properties starting at $99.9, or with a barn dominium from just $169.9. Wow! This gated community boasts a waterfront resort-style pool and cabana, your own boat slip and launch with paved roads and underground utilities. It's all happening Saturday, October 11th. 1+ acre with ocean access just $49.9. Texas coastal waterfront properties from $99.9 with barn dominium from only $169.9. Call now for your private tour at 210-853-0389. Excellent financing is available. Call 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389.
Greatness is here. All 830 of our Famous Footwear stores now carry Jordan brand. So it's easy to score Jordan brand footwear and accessories, from hats to backpacks to socks, for the full family at a store near you. Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts will help you find the perfect style and the perfect fit, because every day is a chance to make it famous. Come in and shop Jordan brand footwear and accessories at your local Famous Footwear store today.
94.1.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Appreciate y'all rolling along with me tonight. I'll take you up till 7 o'clock. And then don't forget, at 7:30, we've got in on wild card action as the Dodgers take on the Reds. 7:30 pregame, 8 o'clock first pitch for game one of the NL wild card game. But right now, we're talking football. Houston Texans got right, or were they just the benefactor of playing a bad team? Well, Indy Clue, former Houston Texans analyst, and a guy who just spits the facts a lot like Cam Ward.
I mean, if we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
Well, are the Texans, at least on offense, still completely ass? Or have they fixed enough of their issues late in that game to warrant a positive nature going into this week against the Baltimore Ravens? They talked about it with Indy Clue on the Blitz earlier today.
Indy Clue, Texans legend, joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line to talk about those slump busters known as the Tennessee Titans.
You know what? It was an impressive game in the fourth quarter, but I'm not going to lie. And I'm not going to sit up here and pee on your back and tell you it's raining. When I was watching the first 3.5 quarters, I was like, man, they're going to win the game, they being the Houston Texans, but this isn't really anything to write home about. But then I just feel like the offense woke up in the fourth quarter, and my hope is this is the start of something new, because I'm not going to lie, those first 3 quarters, it wasn't too impressive.
You know, Indy, and I'm sure you've been in some dog football games during your career, but when I'm watching that game and I'm going, this is just horrible football. Both teams just playing just terrible football.
No, and you're right. And usually with low-scoring games, sometimes people mistake low-scoring games with being bad football games. And a lot of times it's just great defensive effort. But I just saw some bad football early on. Look, Danielle Hunter, he's still doing his thing, over 103 career sacks. I think he's having another Pro Bowl type season early on. But it was just more, I'm with you, it was more bad football being played until the fourth quarter. But here's the thing. When it's all said and done, it's the NFL, and you beat a bad NFL team 26-0. That's what you would expect a good team to do to a bad team. So I like the overall result. I just didn't like the first 3 quarters. But like I said, it has to start. You have to have that one point where you say, you know what, new offensive coordinator, it started clicking when. Hopefully we can look back 8-9 weeks from now and say, you know what, it started clicking in the fourth quarter of that Tennessee Titan game.
All right, so Indy Clue, with what you saw, and again, they did get 3 fourth quarter touchdowns. One was a good long drive. The other ones were 6 plays, 4 plays, and then they had that 13-play drive. Did you see good offensive football where you say, all right, this is something the Texans can hang their hat on? Or was it bad Tennessee Titan, we don't give a damn any more defense?
You know what? I'm going to say good offensive football. I mean, that throw to Nico Collins, those drives. And look, I understand the Tennessee Titans are probably the worst team in the NFL, but they still got some dogs on that, especially on that defense. Jeffrey Simmons might be a top 3 defensive tackle, if not top 2 defensive tackle in the NFL. And when you saw some of the plays he made, he was there to play. When you look at guys like Calvin Ridley, on their offensive side, that's a respected offensive player in the NFL, Tony Pollard. So it was bad football. And the Tennessee Titans have a lot of things to fix, but let's not take away from some of the great plays. Nico Collins was making Nico Collins type plays. Woody Marks is emerging as, your bell cow, with Nick Chubb, being the compliment back, which might be a good thing. Guys like Jaden Higgins, who we saw throughout the preseason and expected big things from, with his touchdown, yeah, that's what we expected to see early on in the season, and we didn't see it till now. So I'm not going to take away from the positives from the Texans.
Well, let me help you with that because the quarterback of the Tennessee Titans says this about his team.
I mean, if we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
And I totally agree with him as far as that goes. Indy Kalu, this week, Texans go to Baltimore. We find out there will be no Lamar Jackson. By all intents and purposes, looking like he's out 2 to 3 weeks. And that Baltimore defense has not been all that spectacular. It sounds like a good opportunity for the Texans to put two together.
No, that'll be great. I mean, look, I would like to say, no, give me a healthy opponent, and I want to beat them at their best. Not when you're 1-3. I'll take whatever I can get. But here's the thing: I'll still be appreciative and impressed if they can go to Baltimore and win. I know that Coach Harbaugh was my coach when I was in Philadelphia. It doesn't matter who's up. He's going to make sure they're ready. He's going to make sure they try to defend home. I'm not just going to sit up here and assume the Texans are going to win because Lamar Jackson isn't playing. And if he doesn't play and the Texans win, I'm not going to be apologetic. You know, this is a well-coached team. This is a franchise and organization that has a lot of pride, and they take a lot of pride in stepping on the field. So, one, the Houston Texans better not be going into that game thinking, oh, we got this because Lamar's not playing. And two, if they do get it, they better enjoy it on the flight home because to me, playing Baltimore in Baltimore, I don't care who's the quarterback, it's still going to be tough.
All right, so Indy Kalu, as you say all that, Harbaugh, your former coach, John Harbaugh, said today, I'm going to put some words in his mouth, he's looking at the Houston Texans as the slump buster for the Ravens.
The Texans game on Sunday, be at home, and we're going to look at all the things we need to do to be the best we can be in that game. And there's a lot of factors, a lot of things we're dealing with, for sure, like a lot of teams are, I'm sure. But that'll be our opportunity to get going and get our momentum going a little bit. And that's a really good team.
Yeah, that's their get-right game.
How you know what? How'd you get the get right? You're one of those guys that you like to start fights and oh, you know what? Joe said this about you. Why don't you go over there and talk to him and see what's going on? I didn't get any bulletin board material from that. He even ended it by saying they're a very good team.
Yeah, well, because he heard what he was saying before that.
That'll be our opportunity to get going and
get our opportunity to get going. I mean, we're Houston. That's our opportunity. We're going to get going.
So you're telling me if the Chargers were coming to town, I believe they're 3-1. He wouldn't have said the exact same thing.
No, he would have said they're a really good team, and we got our work cut out for us.
You know what? You might be onto something with that.
I am onto something, Indy. You know that.
You might be onto
Indy, don't cave like that, man. Don't cave, because you were spot on, brother. You were spot on.
Yeah, I think you're reaching on that one. I don't think there's any bulletin board material there.
That'll be our opportunity to get going and get our momentum going a little bit.
Our resident Texans fan pledge is mad as hell at Harbaugh because he thinks Harbaugh is calling the Texans the slump buster, or that heavy chick that it's 2 a.m. and it's your option, so you take it.
You know, that sounds like the wife that you can't even compliment. Anytime you say something, it's just going to be taken negatively. So, no, I'm going to stick to my guts. He showed the respect to his opponent, and they need to get going. What's he supposed to say? Oh, man, the Houston Texans are coming to town. We expect to lose since we don't have Lamar. No, we're trying. If anything, he didn't sound overly confident when he was talking about taking on the Texans. Can we hear it one more time, just a piece of it?
Pledge today.
That'll be our opportunity to get going and get our momentum going a little bit. And that's
see, that doesn't sound confident. He doesn't sound confident there.
No, he doesn't, does he? He sounds like he's just like going through the motions there. He's scared.
Yeah, he's scared. That sounds like he's afraid of the best 1-3 team in the NFL coming to Baltimore. They were the best 0-3 team before last week. Now they're the best 1-3 team.
I mean, they played one good quarter of offensive football.
Yeah, that's all it takes. When you're that good, you don't have to play 4 quarters. You just play 1 quarter and you win.
Hey, look, they shut out the Tennessee Titans in that offensive explosion that they have.
Are you kidding? Cam Ward had more passing yards in the first half than C.J. Stroud.
So what's your point? You play two halves.
Hey, Brian Eagle said offensive explosion.
You play two halves. You play two halves of football, and when it was all said and done, 26-0. Who else held their opponent to 0? No one. I'll answer
Nobody.
it for you.
There you go. I got to ask you.
How many times also this year has the Tennessee Titans put up a goose egg?
Well, they haven't scored many. I don't know what their total is, Indy, but it's not very high.
Yeah, Tennessee has scored 12, 19, 20, and none.
Yeah. Only one none. Only one with a 0.
They've allowed 20, 33, 41, and 26.
I appreciate his loyalty, though, and he
knows the logo on the sign up in the left-hand corner of his paychecks.
Trust me, if you see the checks they give me, it's not worth my reputation.
And NFL money is missed, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yes, it is.
I got to ask you a question, though, and you're the perfect guy to ask this as a former player, and I'm sure you've been in this situation before. And we're talking about John Harbaugh, and you said he was one of your coaches, but already I see this, and it started even before the year and at the end of last year, because the Ravens have a tendency to fold in some of the biggest games. Talking about firing this guy, and now those are heating up again. What do you think when that happens? And as a player, if it has happened to you, how does that affect the locker room?
I'll say this, with a coach like Harbaugh, when you start hearing the whispers of, man, he needs to be fired, he's a great coach. The players love him. Guys tend to look around and be like, hey, man, this is on us. And I was in a similar situation, but they weren't talking about firing Andy Reid at the time. But those years that we were winning the division every year, getting to the conference championship game, but losing, people were like, man, what's going on? Like, they have these great seasons, then they get to the conference championship game and they piss down their leg. But it wasn't us thinking to ourselves, we have the wrong coach. It was most of us like, hey, man, what are we doing wrong? Because we have a good coach, we have the talent, but for whatever reason, we're not getting over the hump. I think that's, without me being in the Baltimore Ravens locker room, but I know John Harbaugh. I know some of the players still there. They have a lot of respect for him. I think they put the onus on themselves, like, hey, we got to get it done. I mean, this is a coach who multiple games, and you've seen it on television, where it's 4th and short, and he'll look at the players and be like, what do y'all want to do? Like, that's a respect right there that not every coach has for the players and for the athletes out there. And they'll say, let's go for it or let's not. There was one time with Harbaugh, not to make this about me, but I'll never forget how much he trusted me. We're playing the Rams. They were the St. Louis Rams. God, I'm getting old. Back in my day, the Rams were in St. Louis, but anyway. So they were the St. Louis Rams.
The second time.
Yeah, exactly. And this was pretty much one of the last plays of the game. We're down by 4. And he asked me, he said, hey, do you want, because back then I was a role player, but I was also getting after punts. Like, I had like multiple blocked punts. And I remember him asking me, should we set up for a good return and get Donovan the ball, or do you want to go for the block? And I was like, damn, he's really asking me that. And I was like, man, let's go for it, coach. Of course I missed it, but it was very close. But it was actually, but my point is, like, he's a guy that, like, the players respect. He respects them. I don't think anybody in that locker room is thinking to themselves, would be better off without Harbaugh.
And that's true. And you can catch that entire interview in its fullness at sasportstar.com in our audio vault, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. And look, you can't fire. And if you do, you're dumb, because John Harbaugh would be unemployed for all of 5 minutes, if that, if Baltimore was ever to get rid of him. Same thing when we talk about Mike Tomlin year after year and the fact that they can't get over the hump for whatever reason. Sure. But look at what he's doing with who he's doing it with, whether it's Kenny Pickett or Mason Rudolph or whoever it may be. They're still making the playoffs every year despite not having a quarterback. And he is willing this team to make the playoffs every year in that brutal AFC North. And John Harbaugh, same thing. He is a division winner. He is one of the best teams in the AFC. And it's a lot like with, and we forget about the times with Brady or the times with Andy Reid when he was in Philadelphia with Indy Kalu during the early 2000s. It's hard to get over the hump of a team that is doing it year after year after year. They're there every year because they know how to win and how to get through and navigate those circumstances. And sometimes the breaks just fall their way. Patrick Mahomes right now in Kansas City, it is hard to get over the hump in the AFC. Look at whether it's Lamar or Josh or Joe, whoever it may be. It's hard to hold these things against people when there are people like Brady and Mahomes or Aikman or Montana or whoever that guy in that conference is at the time that is blocking your way. Winning championships, getting to title games, they're not easy. And the fact that some of these guys are making it look easy fools us into thinking how easy that could potentially be. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 941 FM, sasportstar.com. When we come back, we're going to take a look around the NFL. We are at the quarter point right now. Who's where? Who's in the trash? Who's real contender? And do we think that some teams that are at the bottom of the standings are poised to make a run? Well, the Morning Huddle was talking about things like that earlier today. And we'll discuss next right here on Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Sunday at noon, the Cowboys are in the Garden State of New Jersey, taking on the New York Jets at MetLife Stadium. Pre-game starts at 11. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
You like that? How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Hey, listen up, San Antonio. Multiple tours overseas, long nights monitoring cyber activity, years of protecting the country. It all adds up at University of Maryland Global Campus. Earn up to 90 credits for prior learning, military experience, and training. We call that credit where credit is due. Whether you're active duty and looking at what's next, or a veteran looking for something new, our degrees and certificate programs teach the application of emerging technologies and enduring life skills. So get started on a degree or certificate with personalized local support services and online and hybrid courses right here in San Antonio. UMGC keeps your educational goals attainable with no-cost digital materials replacing textbooks in most courses, reduced tuition rates for eligible service members and their families, and scholarships for those who qualify. Get started here in San Antonio. Visit UMGC at San Antonio or umgc.edu/SATX.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. Quo, formerly OpenPhone, gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. Quo lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? Quo automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With Quo's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions and use those insights to level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with Quo. Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's quo.com/sports. QUO.com/sports.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry, you called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Stop wasting money on hard water costs. Go get yourself a Connecticut water system. It's one of the few household appliances that pays for itself. These things are quiet, efficient, reliable, and non-electric. But the best part is you'll save money when you own a Connecticut water softener. Connecticut water softeners are specifically designed to solve virtually any water problem you may have. Living in the hill country, you folks have some serious hard water that costs you major money in cleaning supplies and wear and tear on your appliances. Plus, Connecticut water softeners are guaranteed to remove more impurities and perform more efficiently with lower lifetime costs than any other softener on the market. So, for the best water softener in the business and to save money, call Connecticut today. 656-PURE. That's 656-PURE or ConnecticutSA.com.
ConnecticutSA.com.
License number 38961.
Carbach Brewing was not born in San Antonio, Texas, but they have certainly gone out of their way to make San Antonio their second home. We had the head brewer come in, and he said when they first started to reach outside of Houston, San Antonio was the place they wanted to be, and does it show. Carbach beer is all over our great city, from their in-your-face flagship IPA, Hopadillo, to the Ziegenbach, to their bestseller, the Love Street, their Kolsch-style blonde. There is something for everyone in Carbach's lineup, and it is all over the place. Of course, you're going to find it at the grocery stores. Of course, you're going to find it at the liquor stores, but it's also at a bunch of bars and restaurants around town. They wanted to make this their second home, and that's what it's become. So when you're out, you're watching the games at your local sports bar, your local restaurant, your local hangout, you're thinking, I want to elevate my beer game a little bit. Well, friend, wherever you're at, they probably have some Carbach either on tap or in cans. So when you're out and about doing your thing, go ahead and make sure to ask your bartender to please make it a Carbach.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football.
Saturday evening at 6:30, the Aggies take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Presented by Just Ponce. Pre-game at 5:30
on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 FM.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am James Pledger. I appreciate all y'all for running along with me tonight as we take you up to 7 o'clock. Earlier this morning on the morning huddle, now that we've reached the quarter pole, it's time to start taking stock on NFL teams.
I'll confidently say the Jets are dead.
Yeah,
nothing can save the Jets. We've already Tennessee. We knew. I mean,
New Orleans.
They're
going to be valiant in their efforts in defeat, but the intention now is to keep the dudes you want to keep next year healthy and find the holes and get out alive. Is where we have for the next 13 weeks of football.
I think the Raiders and the Bears were playing a game to be one of the teams that fell off.
I think both of them still aspire. I don't think the Raiders realize where they are.
They both play in
are.
The divisions they play in are too tough.
The Bears, no, they won 2 straight, man. You're not going to tell them.
No, but what I'm saying is if the Bears hadn't blocked that kick and the Raiders won.
You're right, but I think the Raiders, I think they can pretend to be there. I don't think that they're done. They're done.
You're 1-3 with the Chargers, Chiefs, and Broncos ahead of you.
You're right. They're a dead man walking. But I look at them a little bit different. I want them to aspire to try to win. When I look at Carolina and New Orleans, and now I'm going to stay Cincinnati. Why? What's the point? Now you're trying to be a top 5 pick. That's all. That's the only goal you should have, is keep the dudes you want healthy and happy, and find the holes and draft appropriately and get out alive. That's how we do this.
Well, Cincinnati says we're in second place, and Lamar Jackson might not even play this weekend. We don't know.
No, and
but look at the odds there.
Water. Yeah, it's
Bengals are 13-1 to win the division. The Ravens are still favored to win the AFC North, despite being 1-3.
I think that your eye tells you that they can, but they still have that record. No matter how good you think they are, they're still 1-3. I mean, no matter what we say they are, you are what your record says you are. So, they're better than that. But I don't believe the Bengals are better than 1-3. Do you believe they're better than that?
Well, the Bengals are 2-2.
Or 2-2, but I mean, they're going to. Do you see another win?
No.
So
I mean,
2-3,
the Bengals
2-4.
The Bengals are dreadful.
So
they play the Lions next. It's not going to get easier. No, they're in bad shape right now. And the idea that they remember they barely won week 1 against the Browns, and they barely won week 2 against Jacksonville. And in their last 2 games, they have been outscored 76-13 in the last 2 games. That is embarrassing. Detroit, Green Bay on deck. Oh, I can't wait till October 26th when the Bengals play the Jets. Oh, what a game that's gonna be. I hope it's on Sunday Night Football.
The over-under is gonna be 14. 14 and a half.
Oh, just so terrible. Yeah, I would give up with that if I were them, but that's not how the NFL works because Zach Taylor can't afford to give up.
Well, we are. I'll tell you this: you do get the sense that we're getting close to some of the teams that aren't quite desperate yet that are going to be in the next couple of weeks. Where you get the sense there's going to be something pop loose, that Kirk Cousins is going to land someplace, that there will be some kind of movement. But just because now there's some competition for these positions, so I get the sense it won't be trade deadline stuff, and there never really is a big deal. But I do think we'll see somebody pop from the woodwork here in the next couple of days, couple of weeks.
More likely to get fired by the end of this season, Aaron Glenn or Zach Taylor?
Glenn's good. Glenn's got a nice long contract and still in a soft landing spot. Taylor, done, man. And you don't want to leave a job unfinished, but if I'm him, go get another OC job, rehab your image. You'll get another job in about 5 years, 3-4 years.
All right. We've talked about all the bad football that got played last night, and there was a ton of it. The one team that, well, you know what? The Dolphins looked a little competent, I suppose. They looked okay.
When you're playing the JV,
that
better.
Helps. But they
ran the football.
They could have easily rolled over and died when Tyreek got hurt too, and they kept playing.
They got happy. The rest of the team was like quietly, yes,
right.
Okay, let's play a little game here. The Denver Broncos, who I think looked pretty good too. Could you make a case that the Denver Broncos are the best 2-2 team in the NFL?
I like Denver. I think their defense is solid. I'm not as down on Bo Nix as you are. I don't know about the best 2-2 team, but
are they better than Kansas City?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's really the only competition.
Yeah.
I mean, they're certainly better than Cincinnati. They're certainly better than New England. Them and the Chiefs are the only AFC teams that are 2-2. In the NFC, it's Washington, who I think they're better than.
Yeah, they're better than Washington.
Minnesota, who I think they're better than right now.
Yeah, well, given quarterback situation, yeah. And the thing is,
and I don't know that JJ's much better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, we have 2 good quarters of McCarthy, and I have 2 bad quarters. I don't know, but they do get a wide receiver back here in a week or so. They do get some talent back, so I'm not done with Minnesota yet. But
Chicago?
No, Denver's better than them.
Atlanta?
On a neutral field, I don't know. It would be close.
And Arizona?
Arizona should be better, but gosh, they can look bad.
Yeah, well, Arizona gets to play Tennessee this weekend. That's
and they lost their running. Losing Connor hurt them, man.
Yeah, Connor hurts, but Trey Benson, hopefully there's something there and they can take advantage. And hopefully, if you're playing fantasy football, whether it's him, Woody Marks in Houston, these are names I would keep an eye on. And just in case there's ever a Kamara injury, Kendre Miller are guys that you should definitely, if you don't have them on your roster or on your bench, at least I would be watching very closely and put one of those flags for the just in case you need to go sign them really quickly. So just a little fantasy update from yours truly. If you're looking for it, definitely some names at running back to keep in your waiver wire for potentially additions this week, or if you're hurting at the position at running back or even dynasty leagues. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. I am James Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. When we come back, we're going to put a bow on the show, get you ready for some wild card baseball, keep you up to date on what's been going on, including the one behind me, as it looks like Yankees and Red Sox currently in the going to the top of the 7th. We'll give you an update on everything that's happening in Major League Baseball, wild card action, and where you can catch some of these games. It's all coming up here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to SASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Ticket. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Lots of college teams have school traditions like Gig 'em. To get the word out about Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating, I suggest we institute the following Quarter Moon Yell. Plum 'em!
Plum 'em?
We've got a whole team of fully stocked trucks, and our customers are the best in Texas. I say Quarter Moon, you say Plum 'em. Quarter Moon!
Folks, at Quarter Moon, we have a spirited tradition of solving every home problem imaginable, from plumbing to air conditioning to heating. Call Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC, and Heating day or night, and we'll fix them.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Having a tough time paying your bills? Learn how to reduce your credit card debt to a fraction of what you owe. Call the Debt Helpline now for free advice. 800-329-9912. 800-329-9912.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Greatness is here. All 830 of our famous footwear stores now carry Jordan brand. So it's easy to score Jordan brand footwear and accessories, from hats to backpacks to socks, for the full family at a store near you. Famous Footwear's in-store fit experts will help you find the perfect style and the perfect fit, because every day is a chance to make it famous. Come in and shop Jordan brand footwear and accessories at your local Famous Footwear store today.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Imagine owning coastal land with ocean views and world-class fishing just off Matagorda Bay. Well, dream no more.
Saturday, October 11th, mark your calendars for our fall one-day coastal land sale at Driftwood Shores at Wolf Point. We're unveiling incredible coastal properties. We're talking 1+ acre with ocean access just $49.9 and waterfront properties starting at $99.9, or with a barn dominium from just $169.9. Wow! This gated community boasts a waterfront resort-style pool and cabana, your own boat slip and launch with paved roads and underground utilities. It's all happening Saturday, October 11th. 1+ acre with ocean access just $49.9. Texas coastal waterfront properties from $99.9 with barn dominium from only $169.9. Call now for your private tour at 210-853-0389. Excellent financing is available. Call 210-853-0389. That's 210-853-0389.
It's Extra Innings with Pledger on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. Frank Valdez saying he already picked up Pitts, Waller, and Dowds on the waiver wire in fantasy football. Look, if you're having to make that many ads, you must, and trust me, I get there are a couple leagues where I am also depleted by injuries, but either you drafted very poorly or you are suffering major injury bug on that roster so far. Sam says Dolphins suck on the road. Your sentence is too long. I bet it's about 3 words too long. I appreciate it by rolling through tonight. And maybe that's something we should kind of make a staple moving forward, is fantasy football updates in terms of injuries, waivers, once a week, something we could talk about going in Thursday, going on Tuesday, going into waiver wire Wednesday. So I don't know. We'll kick it around. We'll see what y'all think about it. I always appreciate all y'all rolling through with me every night, though. We have got Major League Baseball coming up. A lot going on in Major League Baseball, seeing as the wild card has started today. Right now, currently in the top of the 7th inning, the Yankees lead the Red Sox 1-0. Earlier today, Detroit took a 1-0 series lead thanks to Tarik Skubal throwing a hell of a game. They beat the Guardians 2-1, take a 1-0 series lead. The Cubs take a 1-0 series lead with a 3-1 win over the San Diego Padres a little bit earlier today. Coming up here in about 30 minutes, we've got the Dodgers and Reds game 1 from Chavez Ravine out there in LA. That game going to be right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Pregame starts at 7:30. Of course, game 2s of these series you can catch tomorrow. Tigers and Indians you can catch over on 1250 on the AM. Starts at 11:30 with the pregame. Then you've got the National League. You've got Cubs and Padres. And then, of course, right now and tomorrow you can catch Yankees Red Sox game 2 as well over on ESPN AM 1250 and 103.3 FM. But coming up next, we've got Dodgers Reds game 1 NL wildcard right here on San Antonio Sports Star. I always appreciate y'all rolling through with me every night, and we will catch you tomorrow right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Don't forget to start your day. Rob and AJ, they may potentially have Mike Elko tomorrow, the head coach of the Aggies, on the show. Then, of course, the They've got Bob Ballou getting you ready for the Texas Longhorns SEC opener at Florida on the show with them tomorrow, and RJ Ochoa, always a good time. Then, of course, right here tomorrow at 6, you've got Extra Innings with Pleasure. Until then, we will see you tomorrow. Call your loved ones, check on them. You never know what people are going through in life, and the smallest, hey, how you doing, could change their life. This has been Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Gomez Law Firm is the firm that San Antonio turns to for personal injury law. We have Jose from the Gomez Law Firm here with us. With over 1,200 5-star Google reviews, the Gomez Law Firm is proud of the winning record and results that are attached to these reviews.
We encourage people to go online and look at our review because we want to make sure that you feel comfortable